Hey guys, Romie here. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're a first-time viewer, and if you're a returning viewer, thank you very much. Please like and comment on my video. This is my recap, my review for Basketball Wives LA, I should say, Season 5, Episode 10. Now, the episode starts off where it left off, which is Duffy versus Tammy. And here's what happens. It's still the continuation of Duffy and Tammy arguing, and it escalates because it quickly turns from, okay, Duffy and Tammy acting silly, Tammy saying your services are no longer required, to Duffy saying, you know what, I did this as a favor to you and your daughter, you know, I'm used to working with people like Drake and French Montana, or I could have gone and worked with Drake and French Montana, and instead I worked with your daughter, something of that nature. As you know, pretty much just trying to slap Tammy in the face and saying, you know, your daughter's cool, your daughter's cute and all, but at the end of the day, she's slim pickings compared to what I usually roll with. Completely disrespectful. You're perfectly okay with working with her up until the point where her mom disrespected you. I do understand you shouldn't take the disrespect from anyone, but to go and then dish it back out, especially as someone who really didn't do anything to you, come on now. So then Tammy wants to go and fight. At this point, Jazz is like, no, Mom, you need to chill out. I'm thinking, Jazz, you know, forget what I said in the last episode. Let your mom handle this one, because at the end of the day, I still like Duffy, I still like Tammy, but certain things, Tammy shouldn't have done the whole touching Duffy in any way, pushing her. You know, Tammy thought she could get away with that, and so that's why she did it. She was testing Duffy, and then she got Duffy's response. Duffy shouldn't have said what she said about Tammy's daughter, because there's no need to. And then we got what we got. So we're going to move on from there, because a lot more things happened that were more interesting than that. Now, surprisingly, Malaysia meets up with Angel Love, and Malaysia and Angel Love have a heart-to-heart, because Angel Love just lets me know what happened. Of course, Malaysia was there to kind of see it all, and Angel Love's just saying how she doesn't understand why Jackie acted that way, and she doesn't understand Jackie, period. Malaysia let me know, look, this is the type of foolery that happens in this group, and trust and believe, they'll try to take you out of your character and make you feel like you have to go and react a certain way, or make you feel a certain way about yourself because of the fact that you can't let these women define you. Regardless, even me, you can't let anyone define you, especially in this group, because there's a lot of stuff going on that makes people go and do things. And I appreciated the conversation, because I feel like Malaysia remembered how they treated her when she first got on the show. In the first episode, they were trying to call Malaysia, especially the first season, first 2 seasons, they were trying to call Malaysia a combination of ghetto and bougie. I'll never figure out how you can be ghetto and bougie. I know it's absolutely possible, but the fact that, remember, that's what they're really trying to peg Malaysia as. So Malaysia understands, it's like, this group, these women, you can't take any of them that seriously. You just have to focus on you. So I appreciate the heart-to-heart. And we'll let Jackie Christie be Jackie Christie. Now, Reggie is talking with Tammy, and of course, Jazz is there as well. But initially, the conversation is still what's going to be the outcome, because Tammy has to figure out if she's going to continue to try and have a baby with Reggie, or if she's just going to, you know, drop it. And Jazz and Reggie are both trying to convince her, no, you got to keep going. Put one foot in front of the other. And, you know, they're trying to make it very funny, but Tammy wanted it to be known that, again, at the end of the day, this is my body. It's a lot that goes on. And I feel like I understand that they're trying to make light of a situation, and that it's like, of course, with through God, all things are possible. And my only concern is, they do almost seem like, alright, you still got it, but Tammy put it out there again. It's like, it's her body. She's had multiple miscarriages. It's hard. It's hard. So they're still downplaying it like, no, you got it, you got it. But no, she doesn't have it. So after that, we have the Grills and Grills party. What was that? Yeah, the Grills and Grills party that Duffy and Brandy threw. Malaysia was the first one to come, and she liked her grills and all that. And the rest of the ladies came. They dressed however they wanted to dress. They didn't really know what this party was supposed to be about. And of course, when all the angels came, the conversation about, oh, your services are no longer required comes up because Duffy lets it be known the conversation she had with Tammy, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that's messed up. And it's just like, oh, she put her hands on you? Wow, I can't believe she went and did that. Jackie Christie comes in, and I'm like, look at that rainbow tie. Look at that rainbow tie. Jackie Christie. The cow. I appreciate... Jackie loves her some black, though. She still found a way to wear some black. I noticed that. I did notice that. And yeah, so like I said, I talked about how Tammy was acting towards Duffy. Of course, Duffy gave her version of the story, which was accurate, but was missing a couple of things. But we'll let it slide. We'll let it slide. And, you know, everyone's eating. It's cool. And then something odd happens. Something really odd that happens. Angel Brinks lets it be known, okay, we need to have a conversation, Jackie. We need to have a conversation because what happened at my party, I still don't understand what happened. And that's the thing. We get it, but we don't because it's not logical what happened. So Jackie's trying to tell her side of the story of how, you know, she felt a certain way. She felt used because I was the sponsor of your event, and my product wasn't being displayed. It was on the floor. The product placement wasn't there, period. And I just felt, I took it personally, and I feel like you were playing me, kind of. At the time I was drinking, all of that, and it made me feel a certain way. So then all of a sudden, hold on, let me get some water, because my throat's feeling a little dry. No, still not ready yet. Hold on. All of a sudden, Angel Love turned up. No, Angel Brinks turned up and said, you know what? Here's what I don't understand, Jackie. How is it that you came to my event and you decided to make it all about you when, first of all, before the event even began, regarding your dress, you said you felt uncomfortable with your dress because Jackie talked about, you know, the extra pouch in her stomach area and all of that, and how the dress didn't fit her right and it made her feel uncomfortable. Angel Love said, okay, that's cool, but how are you going to go and ask me to create you a dress that was very close form fitting down to the floor where you could barely move, and then you complain about it later? She said, yeah, but I didn't get to just see the final product. Okay, but we actually talked about you not being able to see the final product. I promised you that you would appreciate it. You didn't. That's fine. But actually, speaking of that dress, I'm like, ooh, this. You know, when you go and you destroy something that I created specifically for you, and as my friend, oh wait, as your friend, yeah, the reason why I even wore that dress is because, now didn't you tell me that, you know, if I was your friend, I would wear a dress of yours? I'm sure I said something like that because it's my event and you're partially hosting and sponsor, so I would hope that you'd want to wear a dress of mine. I'm thinking, oh, okay. And she said, the way how you handled it and when you handled it was inappropriate because I'm a designer. I am not an event planner. As you saw, I did pay people to go and create the event, create the venue, and manage everything for me. If you had an issue, you should have came to me to let me know so that I could go and talk to them. Instead, you took it personally because of our friendship, our quote-unquote friendship, and so because of that, you potentially almost ruined my party. You're definitely a party pooper, party crasher, tried to attack my friend, almost tried to hit me. Yeah, oh yeah, you actually did almost try to hit me, and then you stopped, So I don't know who I'm getting today right now. This person right now is cool because I'm hearing you out. I understand if you feel like you were being used. I never tried to use you. I definitely would have worked with you, but instead you had your own mindset, and that's fine to play me as if I was trying to play you, because that was never the intent. Again, if you had an issue with your product placement and everything like that, you could have come to me and said, you know what, these things aren't being handled correctly, and I will have adjusted. Because I'm a business person. I'm not one of these that come on the show like, ah, I got this 24-hour type of business and it's only going to last for, you know, until the show's over. Ah, or it's never going to even come out. Ah. No, I actually have an established brand, an established business. That's why I agreed to even do this show. And you're going to go and try and mess that up and you're trying to say that you're my friend. I don't have friends that do things like that. So here's how this is going to work from now on. If you have an issue, just talk to me. This is like, oh, you want to get close? Okay, we can get close. I'm like, what? What is going on? I was like, what? Is this a Twilight Zone? But anyway, after all of that was said and done, Jackie did apologize. Jackie did say, you know, I know I overreacted. I know I acted a fool, and I do apologize, but I was just so proud of Angel Brinks, and everyone was proud of her. They were all like, oh, she's not back at, Angel. So once that was all said and done, you know, I guess to break the tension, Malaysia went and jumped on Jackie, and I'm thinking, Jackie, you just talked. We remember you talking about potential threesomes with Doug, with your husband and Malaysia. So you should be happy that Malaysia's riding you like that. Anyway, now they're doing this. It's Jackie, Randy, and Duffy. They're having this conversation at this, was it a topiary, where you go and you create your own space. It's like different fungi and plants and things, and you put it all together in its own habitat. And while they're doing that, again, Jackie is just letting it be known about her situation, how she acted, and you know, none of it was ever intentional. Jackie, I'm going to stop you right there because you don't need to explain anything else. We know what the real issue is. You felt uncomfortable, you felt your version of used, and Doug is gone. Because Doug is gone, you're worried about what he's doing 24/7 instead of worrying about how you're reacting to things and how you're dealing with things. So we're going to skip past that, and we're going to talk about Duffy. And Duffy's going to talk about her issues with Tammy and how Tammy reacted and what Tammy did. And it's interesting because Brandy was like, well, you know, depending on, I guess Brandy knows her friend. See, Brandy knows her friend. So that's why Brandy even went and said, you know, depending on what happened or how it was presented, Tammy might have felt a certain way, and that's why she acted accordingly. Of course, it wasn't right, but Duffy was like, wait a minute. So because Brandy felt a certain way, it warranted her to put her, Tammy felt a certain way, it warranted her to put her hands on me. It warranted her to try and get him in my face and all of that. Her stylist has to come and break it up. And you're thinking that that's partially my fault? It's like, all right, I'm thinking, you know, this is actually a real friendship, a real sisterhood, whatever they have going. Because you know when your friend or family messes up and you try to tell them the truth, but you know you try to tiptoe into it, and they're like, oh, hold up. And you're like, no, 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 I got your back, don't worry, but just maybe, just maybe, you might have done a little bit, a wee bit, a little bit. Now, we're at Jazz's music video. Of course, Jazz looks great. Shawnee shows up. Yes, Shawnee makes her third appearance of the season. And Shawnee goes and talks with Tammy, and Tammy also is talking with the both of them. So they're talking about Duffy, and Tammy tells her side of the story of how, you know, of course, because of Duffy and, in her opinion, not being professional, she fired her. The thing was, Tammy embarrassed Duffy because of how she did it. It made it seem like a joke, and it did make it seem like, okay, Tammy was trying to make Duffy look like a joke. So the whole situation was messed up, but I do agree, of course, that Duffy shouldn't have gone. She directed her frustrations and anger a little bit towards Jazz, and that was unwarranted, because this isn't Jazz telling her mom to do this. We know that Tammy doesn't need to be instructed to do anything. We know that. We know that. And as you know, it's not like Duffy and Angel Love are the best of friends, so Angel's just enjoying this. But Angel's actually going to go and listen to and try to help Jazz out with some of her moves, because Jazz is definitely like the hey, hey, but not like the Walk away from me. Countess Vaughn. Lord. Anyway, so trying to show her some moves that, you know, loosen her up, make it a little bit more sensual. And the music video looks cool. Again, it's pretty much going to be like a green screen type of situation for the most part. But again, it definitely looked cool. Jazz looked cool. I liked the vibe. I liked the energy. Tammy did say, talk about, before I forget this, Tammy did talk about how, you know, at the end of the day, it took Duffy all this time to go and create this music video when it only took me a matter of one night to get it all together. And, you know, Duffy saying how she has all these connections, but allegedly she has all these bodies, and that's how she has these connections. There's a huge difference between sleeping with the rappers or being in bed with the rappers and working with the rappers. And so he's just like, yeah, I know the same people that she knows. Why would I be impressed about her getting Slim Thug when I know Slim Thug? Houston, are you kidding me? Why wouldn't I know Slim Thug? And all this stuff. So, like, it's just a mess. It's like, and Drake. Of course, I know people who work directly with Drake. She's not doing anything special. So, it is what it is. Next week looks like it's going to be a fool again, even though Jackie and Angel Brinks kind of made up. There's going to be this white woman that comes on the scene, and Jackie's going to go and do her usual Jackie thing, and the situation is going to be misconstrued, and it's going to be part 2 of Angel Brinks versus Jackie. This is interesting. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week.